Welcome to my home. Hi, I'm Cindy Merritt, and I'm your local real estate partner. And just like you, I live, work, and play in the Richmond, Virginia area and all around our wonderful surrounding counties. Happy New Year, and I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season, and I know you are making tons of New Year's resolutions. So I thought it would be a great thing today to visit with Leslie Bobb. And everybody this time of year wants to lose 20 pounds and go to the gym 5 times a week when they haven't been all year, and drink more water and stop smoking and eat better, and it goes on and on and on, and they get overwhelmed. What's the name of your business?
My business is Real Simple Health with Leslie Bobb.
Okay.
And the point of the name is because I like to try to simplify all of that overwhelm into easy steps to make it more achievable for people to make changes. I'm an integrative health coach, so I look at people from a holistic view. Your health is more than just what you eat. It involves a lot of different components of who you are. You're complicated and multifaceted like a diamond.
Yes.
So there's a lot of different components. So where I approach this is through nutrition as a basis.
Okay.
But then we look at the other, the exercise and how you're sleeping and how your relationships are and things like that as well. I am an over-analytical person, so I tend to get lost in that information overload, that overwhelm, and that's what drew me to starting Real Simple Health. Was I want to take all of that research that I geek out on and kind of simplify it for everybody else. So that's basically what I do. I geek out, I get all the research done, and then I kind of bring it in a digestible format to my clients.
And so you actually coach people through the process, is that correct?
Yes. One of the services that I offer is individual and group coaching. A lot of times what you need is just somebody to hold you accountable, somebody to kind of keep you focused on what you're trying to do. A lot of times people, the reason people fall off the wagon after 3 weeks is they kind of lose focus. It gets hard, they forget their motivation, it doesn't seem as important as it did 3 weeks prior, or they get distracted. We're all super busy.
Yeah, life happens.
It's hard. It's hard to keep all of these things in your schedule that was already full last year, and now you want to add things to it. There's a reason why you weren't doing these things last year. Nothing's going to change just because the calendar changed. So having a health coach can not only be a resource for information and knowledge that you might not have, but it's also somebody that kind of holds your hand when you need them to, and kind of gives you a kick in the rear when you need them to.
Yes, that's important. So a lot of this is mindset, and you actually talking through the process with them. It's not you going to the gym and beating them over the head saying do 25 more push-ups.
Right.
It's a mindset kind of thing for people.
Yeah, I'm not a drill sergeant, that's for sure. Most change is mindset. Most success is mindset. Mindset is really underestimated by how important it is. So there's a mix of, I bring information. I help develop eating plans, or help you fit things into your schedule, or whatever the logistical case might be. But more importantly, I help you kind of dig out the answers you already have inside and face what it is that's keeping you from getting there.
I see. So it's a lot of psychology in this then too. What's your background?
Well, I actually have a bachelor's in psychology.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm not a licensed counselor or anything, but there is a lot of psychology involved. When you can't really talk about mindset without addressing the fact that it is psychology. So, and I just recently completed a brain health coach certification as well. So I do like to live a lot in that area.
Okay.
Both on a physical level and on more of a kind of intellectual, emotional level. I have the BA in psychology, but then I went on and got my certification in integrative nutrition and my certification as a nutritional therapist.
Okay. All right.
This past year, I finished my brain health coach certification, and I'm almost finished with my master's in public health.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
There's a lot of information I have that I can share.
Then you can share with everybody and get our mindset correct.
Right.
not to put you on the spot, but if you were going to give someone a tip to some of our viewers to say, this is what you need to do to stay on track with your New Year's resolutions, what kind of tip would you give them?
So I think the number one tip I give people, if you're going to give me one, is to make sure you know why. Starting with the why is an important thing to keep in mind if you want to actually get where you're going. Like I said, if you get 3 weeks down and it gets hard and you don't really remember how excited you were about it 3 weeks ago, but if you had done the work beforehand to figure out why you want to do it, then you can write that down somewhere and look at it every day, and it helps you stay motivated. It helps keep you on track.
Right. Okay. If someone wants to get your services as a coach, what do they need to do? How much does it cost? That kind of thing.
So my services are really tailored to the individual, which makes it hard to like quote prices and things like that. I try to meet people in the middle, because I'm a person who, I get really agitated when I go to someone's website and they don't have any fees listed or anything. I'm like, come on, I just want to know how much this costs.
Right.
So I offer individual coaching, which is typically running on a twice a month schedule for a while, and that's usually $95 per session.
Okay.
If I've had some clients who want to meet weekly for first instead of bi-monthly, and we work on the fees with that. I do group coaching, which is a way to make it more affordable. If that seems steep to some people, they can get some friends, because community does help us reach our goals better anyway. So if you get some friends together, it's not as expensive for anybody, and we can work on it together.
What are some of the things that would make people hesitate? I know for me, I'm a really picky eater. So if you try to load me up with icky vegetables, I'm not going there. So talk to me about that.
That's a good point, actually, because you're not the only picky eater.
Okay.
And I do hear that frequently. People are kind of afraid I want to make them eat a bunch of gross health food, and they're not going to be able to eat anything that they enjoy.
Okay.
The beauty of the training that I have, and the fact that I love food, and the fact that I'm kind of a nerd about it, is that I don't come at you with a short list of gross foods that you can eat. What I do instead is work with you to find the things that you like to eat, and then show you how to incorporate them into your diet in a healthy way.
Okay.
Most people have this idea of what healthy is that's outdated, that we've been given from bad studies that were decades old, that have led to some serious health epidemics in this country. So I'm not going to put you on a low-fat diet unless there's something seriously wrong with your gallbladder and you can't process fats. And then we'll work through that separately.
Okay, all right.
So that's something that people are afraid of, but it's not something that you need to worry about. I guarantee you're still going to be able to enjoy the food that you eat.
Okay, and I love your concept that it's simple, because there's so many fad things out there. Like the big thing right now is the keto diet, and then you've got all these video infomercials with the latest and greatest, do this exercise thing and you're going to lose 20 pounds right away and that kind of thing. So you're looking at this more from a holistic and long-term effect kind of thing. Is that right?
Yes, that is right. And the training that I've had looks at all the different dietary theories. So there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach, and that's kind of one of the basis of my nutrition philosophy. There's no one thing that's going to work for everybody. So a lot of these diets, they do work, and they have science behind them, and they can be fantastic. They might not be the right one for you. They might be the right one for you, and maybe you've just heard bad things about it or don't know how to approach it, or whichever side of the coin we're on, I can help you with that exploration, turn you into like a scientist doing your own experiments on yourself.
Okay.
But what's underneath all of it is just getting back to the basics. I just saw a meme online the other day that was like, you know how people say we're the only mammals that drink milk after infancy. And then the answer on the meme was, we're also the only mammals that drink orange, pineapple, kale, spinach, mango smoothies. So
That's true.
we're also the only ones that have to put water timers on our cups to make sure we're drinking enough. We've really complicated things, and we're really good at that with our big human brains, is complicating things. So whether a lower carb or a higher carb diet is right for you, you're gonna wanna just eat food.
Okay.
So that's kind of the basics when it comes to nutrition, is you wanna eat food that's actually food.
Okay.
So once we get it back to there, a lot of people find that they don't really need to go on any specific kind of diet. They just need to eat food and get the junk out of their diet. And that's where we start.
That's where we start. Okay, very good. All right, so if you need help with your New Year's resolutions, or if you're watching this much later and your New Year's resolutions have already gone down the toilet, Leslie is a good person to start with for an accountability partner, for a coach, just to get you and keep you on track. So give her a call, come on down, make yourself at home with her, and you'll be really glad that you did.
Cindy Merritt is nationally recognized as a leader in the U.S. real estate market. Of the more than 35,000 realtors in Virginia, the American Institute of Real Estate Professionals consistently ranks Cindy in the top 10 best realtors in the state.
Make Yourself at Home is sponsored in part by Paul Adams, branch manager and nationally recognized senior loan officer with Prime Lending, a Plains Capital company. With over 400 mortgage options available, Paul Adams and his team work hard to uncover the key to each client's mortgage success.